Welcome to today's video where we uncover 33 weird and surprising facts about Hollywood, the land of glitz, glam, and some serious strangeness. Buckle up for these mind-blowing tidbits you probably didn't know about Tinseltown. Fact 1. The Hollywood sign wasn't always about movies. The iconic Hollywood sign originally read Hollywoodland and was an advertisement for a real estate development in the 1920s. It wasn't meant to symbolize the entertainment industry at all. After years of neglect, it was nearly torn down but saved by the Los Angeles Parks Department in 1949. The land part was removed to reflect the growing fame of the area as a movie capital. Fact 2. Wizard of Oz's Tin Man nearly died for the role. The original Tin Man actor, Buddy Ebsen, had to drop out of The Wizard of Oz after he suffered a severe allergic reaction to the aluminum dust in his makeup. He was hospitalized, and his lungs were permanently damaged. Jack Haley replaced him, and the makeup was reformulated into a paste. Ebsen later joked that the role almost made him a part of the afterlife instead of Hollywood history. Fact 3. Marilyn Monroe's Secret Library. Marilyn Monroe was often portrayed as a dumb blonde, but she owned over 400 books and was an avid reader. Her collection ranged from classical literature to psychology and art history. Monroe even took literature classes at UCLA. Behind the camera, she was as intellectual as she was beautiful. Fact 4. There's a secret subway under Hollywood, beneath Hollywood Boulevard. There's an abandoned subway system built in the 1920s. It was meant to help ease traffic congestion, but fell out of use as cars became the dominant mode of transport. Today, the tunnels are sealed off and occasionally used for filming or urban exploration, a hidden Hollywood under the Hollywood we know. Fact 5. The Oscar statuettes have a special name. The Academy Award statuette is officially called the Academy Award of Merit, but its nickname, Oscar, has a peculiar origin. Legend has it that a librarian at the Academy said the statue resembled her uncle Oscar. The name stuck, and now even the Academy uses it formally. Fact 6. Clark Gable's breath in Gone with the Wind. Vivien Leigh reportedly hated kissing Clark Gable during the filming of Gone with the Wind. Why? Because Gable was a chain smoker and had terrible breath. To remedy this, the crew often handed him mints before romantic scenes. Turns out, even legends aren't perfect. Fact 7. The first Hollywood movie filmed was not in Hollywood. The first movie associated with Hollywood in Old California in 1910 wasn't even filmed in the area we now call Hollywood. Director D.W. Griffith shot it in a vacant lot in Los Angeles. Hollywood itself didn't become synonymous with the film industry until a few years later. Fact 8. Hollywood Walk of Fame is crowded with typos. Did you know that stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame have sometimes been misspelled? For example, Julia Louis-Dreyfus star originally omitted the hyphen in her name. She found it hilarious and even posed for photos before it was fixed. Typos on a star-studded sidewalk. Classic Hollywood chaos. Fact 9. Keanu Reeves takes public transit. Despite being one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood, Keanu Reeves is known for his down-to-earth lifestyle. He's been spotted multiple times riding the subway in New York City. Reeves even gave up his seat to a woman, proving that being a megastar doesn't mean losing your humanity. Fact 10. The Hollywood Reservoir is haunted. Built in 1924, the Hollywood Reservoir has a ghostly reputation. Some say it's haunted by the spirit of Peg Entwistle, the actress who tragically jumped to her death from the Hollywood sign. Locals claim to have seen a woman in 1930s clothing wandering near the reservoir at night. Fact 11. Disneyland was almost built in Burbank. Before Disneyland opened in Anaheim, Walt Disney initially wanted to build the park in Burbank, near his studio. However, the city rejected the proposal, fearing noise and traffic. This decision turned out to be a blessing in disguise, as Disneyland became a massive success in Anaheim, far exceeding its original scope. Fact 12. Alfred Hitchcock never won a competitive Oscar. Despite being one of the most influential filmmakers in history, Alfred Hitchcock never won a competitive Academy Award. He was nominated 5 times, but went home empty-handed each time. He eventually received an honorary Oscar, but his acceptance speech was just 2 words: "Thank you." Fact 13. A mountain lion lives in Hollywood. A mountain lion known as P-22 roams the Hollywood Hills, particularly near the Griffith Observatory. Researchers tracked him crossing 2 major freeways to reach his current territory. He's become a local legend, even inspiring documentaries and murals across Los Angeles. Fact 14. Shirley Temple's coded autographs. Child star Shirley Temple had a clever way of avoiding autograph hunters who might sell her signature. She'd often write something cryptic or unrelated, like "keep smiling," on photos instead of her actual autograph. She figured only genuine fans would appreciate the message. Fact 15. The Beverly Hills Hotel has secret tunnels. The Beverly Hills Hotel, a favorite of celebrities, reportedly has hidden underground tunnels. They were allegedly used by stars to sneak in and out without being seen by paparazzi. Rumor has it that Marilyn Monroe and Howard Hughes were frequent users of these secret passages. Fact 16. Charlie Chaplin lost a look-alike contest. Charlie Chaplin once entered a Charlie Chaplin look-alike contest just for fun. Surprisingly, he didn't win and even failed to make it to the final round. This bizarre twist shows how people can fail to recognize even the most iconic figures when context changes. Fact 17. The first Oscars were 15 minutes long. The first Academy Award ceremony in 1929 was a far cry from today's elaborate productions. It lasted just 15 minutes, with only 12 awards presented. There wasn't even a suspenseful envelope reveal. Winners were announced ahead of time in the newspapers. Fact 18. The ghost of the Roosevelt Hotel. The Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel is said to be haunted by several ghosts, including Marilyn Monroe, whose spirit reportedly lingers near a mirror in her old suite. Guests also claim to hear a mysterious trumpet sound, believed to be the ghost of actor Montgomery Clift. Fact 19. Hollywood is technically a desert. Hollywood's lush palm trees and greenery are an illusion. Los Angeles is built on a desert climate. Palm trees aren't even native to the area. They were imported to give the city an exotic, glamorous feel. The famous foliage is more about style than substance. Fact 20. Arnold Schwarzenegger's paycheck for Terminator was tiny. Arnold Schwarzenegger earned just $75,000 for his role in the original Terminator. He had only 17 lines of dialogue, but his iconic delivery of "I'll be back" became a pop culture phenomenon. His career, of course, skyrocketed afterward. Fact 21. Hollywood was almost named Figwood when developers were naming the area. Figwood was a top contender due to the abundance of fig trees. Thankfully, they opted for Hollywood, inspired by a real estate investor's favorite shrub, the holly bush. Fact 22. Quentin Tarantino once worked in a video store. Before becoming a world-famous director, Quentin Tarantino worked at a video rental store. He spent his days recommending obscure films to customers and absorbing as much film knowledge as possible. This job directly influenced his love for quirky, offbeat cinema. Fact 23. The iconic Hollywood Bowl wasn't always a concert venue. The Hollywood Bowl, now a world-renowned concert space, started as a natural amphitheater used for religious services. In the 1920s, it transitioned into a performance venue, and its iconic shell structure was added in 1929. Fact 24. The longest film ever made came from Hollywood. The longest film ever produced, Modern Times Forever, 2011, was made by an experimental Hollywood team. It runs for an astonishing 240 hours. It was designed to depict the decay of a fictional building over centuries. Fact 25. The Hollywood sign has been stolen. In the 1980s, pranksters and activists often altered the Hollywood sign for various messages. One time, the letter H was stolen, leaving it as Hollywood. The prank resulted in increased security for the iconic landmark. Fact 26. Movie snow isn't real. The snow you see in classic Hollywood movies isn't snow at all. In the 1930s, filmmakers used asbestos flakes to create snow effects, completely unaware of the health risks. Today, synthetic materials are used for a safer winter wonderland look. Fact 27. The Oscars were melted for World War II. During World War II, Oscar statuettes were made of painted plaster because metal was being rationed for the war effort. After the war, recipients were given proper bronze replacements. Even Hollywood wasn't immune to wartime sacrifices. Fact 28. The Hollywood sign once lit up. When first installed, the Hollywood sign featured thousands of light bulbs that made it glow at night. It was maintained by a full-time caretaker who lived in a small cabin near the sign. Eventually, the lighting was discontinued due to high costs. Fact 29. Will Smith turned down The Matrix. Will Smith was offered the role of Neo in The Matrix, but turned it down to star in Wild Wild West. He admitted later it was a huge mistake, but he had no regrets because Keanu Reeves was perfect for the role. Fact 30. Brad Pitt once wore a chicken suit. Before his big break, Brad Pitt worked for El Pollo Loco, a fast food chain. His job, dressing up as a giant chicken to promote the restaurant on the streets. Even Hollywood heartthrobs have to start somewhere. Fact 31. The iconic Chateau Marmont has secrets. The Chateau Marmont Hotel has been the site of wild Hollywood parties, secret affairs, and scandals. Celebrities like John Belushi and Lindsay Lohan have made headlines for their antics there. The motto, if you must get in trouble, do it at the Chateau Marmont. Fact 32. Hollywood's first studio had a rooftop stage. The first ever Hollywood studio, the Nestor Film Company, opened in 1911. It featured a rooftop stage that utilized natural sunlight for filming. This primitive setup helped pioneer the industry we know today. Fact 33. There's a time capsule under the Hollywood sign. In 1992, a time capsule was buried near the Hollywood sign to commemorate its 75th anniversary. The contents include a pair of Marilyn Monroe's sunglasses and a piece of the original sign. It's set to be opened in 2047. Who knows what else will be inside? And there you have it. 33 weird and wonderful facts about Hollywood that prove truth is stranger than fiction. Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments.